Welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to the Late Night Cinema Club. It is indeed the origins of the Late Night Cinema Club. We could tell you a little story of how we got the idea to do the Late Night Cinema Club.
Sure.
That.
Yeah.
So typically on Thursdays or Friday nights, I play hockey, and then I get back really late, and the house is very quiet, and my two teenage girls are still up milling about as teenagers do.
Drinking all the milk, you know.
Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay, maybe it's just me.
Just raiding the fridge, eating all the food, doing what teenagers do. And my kids were both interested in watching some movies. They wanted to watch more movies that maybe weren't like family movies, like things with their little brothers. You know, normally we usually end up watching kind of like the Finding Nemos and Marvel movies and stuff, which there's nothing wrong with those.
Or just action movies that are just explosions for 2 hours.
Yeah, just your typical like, you know, like Red Notice or whatever the Netflix.
Not that.
Yeah, that.
Do not get me started on
We're
that
not.
movie.
Not now.
I don't think that movie's gonna make the podcast. So the kids started making a list of movies that they wanted to watch, and so we've got quite a lengthy list. So we're gonna be at this for a while, but they kind of had a list of a few dozen movies that they wanted to see that they thought were, you know, quote, important movies to watch. So today on the podcast we have kind of a big milestone. Isn't that right, Mace?
Yeah, I guess.
Today we're talking about Princess Mononoke. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Macy, you're the biggest Studio Ghibli fan. Me and Carmen are pretty much Studio Ghibli noobs. Is that accurate, Carmen?
Yeah, we're noobs.
Have you watched any, Carmen, of the Studio Ghibli?
I had seen Howl's Moving Castle.
That's my favorite.
That's
Okay.
all.
And Macy, have you seen all of the Studio Ghibli
I've
movies?
seen 14 out of 24.
Okay, so
I haven't seen all of them, but they're on my list.
but many of them you've seen more than once,
Yeah.
including Princess Mononoke.
Yes.
So how many times have you seen this movie?
I think the time we watched it with you two was either my third or fourth time.
Wow.
Wow.
That's incredible. So, Princess Mononoke in 1997. This feels like one of those kind of... Is it fair to say this is in the anime genre, or is that like, how dare you, sir? Do we know?
I
I think
know.
this does fall into anime, doesn't it?
Okay.
What does the word anime mean? Like, define anime for me.
I don't know. I just don't want to be like roped up with like My Hero Academia fans.
Like,
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I don't want to be like, what's that pirate movie? You know, the pirate
like
anime.
One Piece?
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't want to go like all like anime, like, oh, it's one of those, or it's like Pokemon.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not like quite an anime, but it's like
but it is an
it's not like a
animated-
cartoon.
It is an animated film.
But what is
Yes.
do we even know the definition of anime?
I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta define anime, because if it just means, like, animation in, like, Japanese, then we're gonna sound really stupid.
Yeah, well, but if I say this is an anime, this Princess Mononoke, does that fall in the this is an anime discussion, or
I think so.
am I crazy? So this is anime. Are we cool with saying that?
Sure.
Because I think anime can be a lot of different genres. I think that's just a blanket term of, like, Japanese animation.
Okay, I literally couldn't even tell you. Like, this is beyond watching a couple of episodes of Pokemon.
You've seen more than a couple.
Oh yeah,
No,
I remember one Saturday we power watched like a season of
No.
Pokemon.
Like,
Listen.
3 seasons of Pokemon.
I swear it was like 8.
What Pokemon did we watch? Was that like original
That-
Pokemon?
I don't know. It was the one with like the Clement guy and his little sister, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea what year that series was from, but we watched a lot of it, us three.
but it was legit. Like it was actually like legitimate Pokemon. It wasn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
some Americanized version.
No, it was dubbed over.
Yeah. So beyond that, though, I haven't really ever seen any of these, and I've definitely not seen a Studio Ghibli movie. Can you believe it?
Yeah, actually, I can.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So I kind of had it in my head that this was the definitive Studio Ghibli movie. Like, if you're going to see one, this is the one.
I really should have started you guys off with a different one.
But is that incorrect? Is this not, if you're going to see one, see this one? Is it kind of like...
Did you
Or
give
no?
us an underground pick?
No, definitely not. None
Like,
of
I'd
the
heard-
Studio
I've heard of
Ghibli
this
movies
one.
are underground.
So then what's the one?
I don't know. There's like 5 that are the one.
If you said name all the Studio Ghibli movies that you could, I would have said Ponyo. Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I would have said Princess Mononoke. I would have said... Kiki's Delivery Service. I would have said Howl's Moving Castle. Because I know how much you like that one. And I might have said The Grave of the Fireflies. Is that what it's called?
Those are just the ones I told you about.
No, but those are the ones I knew about
Okay,
before.
in my head, the Studio Ghibli movie, the two that I always think of when someone's like Studio
Well,
Ghibli.
My Neighbor Totoro.
My Neighbor
Oh,
Totoro.
yeah, My Neighbor
My
Totoro.
Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away.
Yes. But
That's true. I do know those ones too.
Spirited Away.
They're all quite popular movies.
Yes. But if like maybe a simpler one.
Because we're going to get into this, but before we start, the question is, did we watch the wrong one?
I feel like we should have started with a different one.
Hey, we let you pick.
I know. I like this one. That's why I picked it.
All right. Well, there will be more chances.
Yeah, I feel like this isn't the end of the line for... we may need to take a break from Studio Ghibli after this one for a minute. But I feel like, you know what, we'll come back. So, Carmen, why don't you start us off and give us some overall thoughts on this movie?
Some overall thoughts. This movie, I did not... Okay, going in, I don't even know... I mean, I saw the poster. So I saw there was a wolf girl, who I can assume is Princess Mononoke. I saw there was a giant wolf. And that's about it. I actually thought the movie was mainly about the wolf girl and not the random boy that we follow throughout the film instead.
Yeah.
A little misleading. Thanks. I thought this movie was really confusing and it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The plot went everywhere that you thought it wasn't gonna go, but then it happened. And visually, I think it's pretty strong because it's 2D animation, so it's not perfect, and you can tell the budget is maybe not as high. It's not as high production as like a classic Disney movie, for example.
There's definitely some background stuff where they were like, and gloss over the detail there.
It's not as smooth as a classic Disney, like an American style 2D animated film.
Yeah.
But it definitely, makes its way back with, like, detail, I think. And while the story is confusing, I think it's pretty complex and unique, definitely. So if you're looking for something very unique to watch, you could definitely go with this. Because I've never seen anything else like it.
Now, Mace, before I talk, do you wanna jump in and give, like, a defense of this movie?
Well, I feel like, I don't know, maybe, since I've seen this one before and I really like it, I feel like it's going to be you guys, like, dissing this movie and I'm just going to be glazing it to even it out.
Yeah.
So, I must say, I do think it's confusing and I definitely had to watch it, like, twice to understand the plot fully, but I really like this movie. Like Harmon said, the visuals are very good. I like them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Well,
Wow.
okay, so for me, this is definitely a case of the Emperor having no clothes. I am shocked that people like this movie. I am actually shocked. I was like, I do not understand the thing that is happening on this screen right now. I do not understand the motivation behind anything that's happening. So there were scenes where people said things that were crazy, and then the very next words, it was like the crazy thing didn't happen.
Well, since we watched like the dub and stuff,
Yeah.
translation isn't perfect, so some of the words like they're kind of
Maybe.
crazy.
This wasn't like a translation thing though. This was like a straight up like. They just shifted gears
Okay,
mid topic, like.
Because, like, let's put an example out there. So, like,
Oh, yeah.
the wolf would be like, I'm gonna bite your head off. And then,
Yeah, the wolf at one point says to the kid, what's his name?
Ashitaka.
Ashitaka. He's like, I was just waiting for you to make a peep so I could crunch your head off your body. And then the kid says, this is a beautiful forest, isn't it? I'm like, what? That wolf just said he was going to kill you in your sleep, and you were just like, yeah, the forest is so beautiful right now. Like, what?
He's just zoned out.
I must say, he does that again when, Princess Mononoke is about to, like, cut his throat, and he just, like, looks up at her and says, like, you're so beautiful.
This guy.
Like, I don't know what his methods are.
But it didn't even flow. There's the hunter, who, by the way, is voiced by Billy Bob Thornton, and nothing takes me out of a Japanese movie quite like Billy Bob Thornton doing the voice of a hunter who we're not even really sure
what side he's on.
Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? What does he want to do?
His motives were completely unclear. He had no, so he was hired by the emperor, but, like, why is he doing that? Like, for what? Like, just for money?
Yeah, why?
That's so...
Money?
But he doesn't even make that clear in the beginning. Like, he's
so
random.
But then at the end, when he fails, he's so,
he's
like,
pretty
blasé.
nonchalant about it.
He's like, yeah, well, you lose.
That's the way it goes.
And then he, like, skips away on his weird shoes.
Dude.
On his little sandals. Which, he's just been climbing mountains in these sandals, by the way. Like,
now, if you're listening to this and you've not watched this movie, and you're thinking, you guys are just rambling all over the place, listen. Go watch this movie, and you'll see that there's no through line here. There's no plot. I watched the movie, if I had to sit down and describe to you the basic, like, story points, I don't know if I could. I'd be like, there was a kid, and then a boar, and then he got the curse. So then they were like, you're dead to us, beat it. And he was like, all right. And then he went to Irontown, and then the forest. There was some stuff in here that I was like, okay. There was actually a few laugh out loud moments. And I think me and Carmen actually shared.
Oh, yeah.
There was one specific moment.
So a big part of this movie is the forest spirit.
Oh my goodness.
Who is this mystical creature. You spend the first hour, everyone's talking about him, but you don't see him. You spend the first hour like, oh, the forest spirit. And you're like, okay, so the forest spirit is going to pull up.
Yeah. And
he better be some mystical being, right? But you see him, and it's just like, it's a human face.
Dude.
On the body of, like, an elk. But it was so absurd, and it's supposed to be this serious, like, reveal moment, because he's, like, saving Ashitaka's life. And I could not stop laughing at it.
When they showed the spirit from a distance, and it's this elk with these, like,
with, like, a bunch
tree
of horns.
antlers. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, okay, kind of a cool thing. And it's glowing, and it's all mystical, and they pan it, they zoom in close to it, and then they pan from its hooves up. And as they pan up, you're like, oh, here comes, like, the cool, noble elk face. No. It's literally like a smiley face drawn. Dude, it was ridiculous. It looked like that meme, like, now finish the horse, where they draw the first part of the horse, and then they just draw, like, a couple stick figures. It was that, but in Japanese version, and it was so crazy. I laughed out loud because it seemed like a joke. What? I'm sure people are so upset listening to this, but I was like, what is this? Is this a joke right now?
I can understand the uniqueness of it, in the designs. But watching it, having no idea going in, it was a little jarring, definitely. And it was hard to take it seriously. But that's my bad.
Yeah,
That's my bad for reacting inappropriately.
Mace, is there anything you can say to defend this movie, or
maybe he was just grinning like that because he was happy that that part of the forest was healthy. I don't know.
Dude, that
Also, Forest Spirit, like, kind of doing nothing to save this forest. Like,
Well, no, he...
kind of useless.
Yeah, Forest Spirit didn't have much to say or do. He was just kind
No,
of...
he kind of, like, wrecked everything in the end, actually.
He was just aura farming.
He got his head cut off, and then... he grew into a giant, like, 50 foot tall
Well, that's because
blob of brown.
when they cut his head off, he was like about to change into the Night Walker, which is what he turns into at night.
But why does he change at night? Like, what was the point of that?
I don't know. That's just the lore.
But, okay, I want to know if this Princess Mononoke, if any of this lore is based in actual mythology, or if it was all made up for this movie.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is there like a whole, like, do all Japanese children know the story of the forest spirit and these tree spirits and all these things? And then there's kind of like a whole understanding that we're like totally missing. Could that be possible?
Is there like some folklore that this movie kind of based itself on that I'm just not aware of? Because if not, then a lot of things that are happening here are very unnecessary and strange.
Hayao Miyazaki is known for creating original stories. So
that came straight from his brain, huh?
yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
What a guy.
I feel bad because I know people love Miyazaki, and I know people are like revere Studio Ghibli, and a lot of movie podcasts that I love listening to talk about how they don't let their children watch Disney, but they'll let their kids watch Studio Ghibli, and they'll like, yeah, we really encourage our kids to watch these amazing works of animation and art. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of expecting like something to blow me away. And I didn't want like a Disney movie. I wasn't waiting for like a dance number with like a singing llama or something. I understood that. But I was hoping for something more profound than like a story that was just all over the map. Like, it just made no sense.
Again, possibly it's not Ghibli or Miyazaki on a whole. There possibly in the future we visit some other Ghibli movies and we might like those more.
Yeah.
I really think you will, because previous to this, I started with a bunch of other Ghibli movies, and I was already kind of a fan. So when I watched this, I was like, wow, this is just gonna be like another really good movie. And I did like it when I watched it. So yeah. I was like a fan immediately, but I had already been a fan previous.
I'm willing to give it another shot for sure. But I'm not sure is this the starting point?
I don't know if this is the
we
gateway.
Make a mistake
I
here?
don't think I started you off correctly, because Carmen wouldn't let me watch Howl's Moving Castle again.
Because I've seen that movie like 5 times.
I know,
yeah, Macy, how many times have you
hasn't.
watched Howl's Moving Castle?
I'm not gonna lie, like 17.
Dang.
That's a lot.
Dang.
I haven't even watched
I
my
love
favorite
that
movie that
movie.
many times.
I think that there's probably 3 movies I've watched that many times. And I'm even embarrassed to say what they are.
Frozen?
Can you guess? Oh, well, not
Frozen.
besides like kids' movies that just play in the background. Those don't count.
Okay. Can I
Guess some movies that I
guesses?
might say I've watched 17 times.
The Social Network.
No.
You listen to the soundtrack.
The Princess Bride?
That's different. The Princess Bride, you know what? Approaching, maybe.
I think I've seen that movie at least 10 times.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
like a classic, so it doesn't count.
That's a great movie, though.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes, I bet that's one that is in the 17 range.
I knew that one would be.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Macy, do you have a guess?
I got a couple in my head that right away I'm like, yes. 100%, no doubt.
I don't know.
All right, here comes some Ghostbusters. I bet I've watched that.
I knew that, because you can quote that whole thing.
No. If you
Yeah.
turned him around and Ghostbusters was playing behind him, he would quote the movie as they were saying
If
it.
we're over on a desert island, we will be able to perform a community theater version of Ghostbusters.
Thank goodness.
Because I can write out the script.
Oh, we're saved.
Don't worry, I've got it memorized. The script is in my mind. Probably Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, that's another one I knew, too.
How crazy is that? But you know what? That's a banger, guys.
Yeah, I know, because it was like 2 a.m. one time, and you were like, You know what we should do?
We should watch
We need to
Pee-wee's
watch
Big
Pee-wee's
Adventure.
Big Adventure.
And then I would say the last one is Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
I
I've
bet-
seen that one like 4 times. I don't even know why.
For some reason in the 90s, that movie was so huge for me and my friends. Here's a stupid thing that happened, and people may not know this. In the 90s, movie cycles kind of happened like this. Nowadays, things are crazy. Like, things are in the movie theater, and then like a week later, they're on a streaming service.
Yeah.
In the 90s, a movie would come out, and it would be in the theater for a long time. Maybe like 4 months. And then they would pull it out, and then it would not be on home video for like a year or maybe a year and a half. And then it would come on home video and you're like, oh yes, I do remember that movie. I love that movie. And then you're so excited. But when it came out on home video, you couldn't buy it. You could only rent it. Now you could buy a copy, but it would literally be like $200. It was like prohibitively expensive. Like you just couldn't buy one. It wasn't like a videotape was ready for you to buy at like HMV or whatever. Until probably it had been on the rental market for like 6 months. Then you could buy it, and then it was like $30.
Dang.
So me and my friends rented Happy Gilmore. Well, first we saw it in the theater. A theater in our small town had one screen. We went every night and watched that movie. So I saw it in the theaters probably 5 times. And then when it came out on video, we rented it enough times that we probably could have bought our own copy of the expensive, like $200 pre-home video. We probably rented it like 15 or 16 times. Yeah. So
Dang,
yeah.
that's a lot of Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, and if you multiply that by like $5 or $6 per rental, you start doing the math. You're like, dude, you spent like $100 and some bucks on
Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore, plus seeing it in the movie theaters 5 times. Yeah, I've seen it a lot. I can quote that movie too. So, anyways, let's get back to the topic at hand here, though. Studio Ghibli. So, Macy, me and Carmen probably more of a fan than me. I was like, this is this is garbage, guys.
I'm a little more forgiving than Dad.
I was like, this is 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm not getting back. This was brutal.
You got me green light, Carmen yellow, Dad is red.
Oh, dang. I couldn't focus.
Wait.
It was bad, guys.
You know what? I'll say this. My favorite movie of all time is an animated movie, so I possibly have a little more.
Wait, what movie?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah.
First one.
Okay, but that's a great animated movie.
It is.
This
Yeah.
Princess Mononoke it's no Spider-Man, Mace. Sorry.
No, I know it's not. It's like a completely different thing.
Yeah, and maybe I'm just not. I feel like
Maybe you're just not for the Ghibli.
well, I feel like people are going to hear this and be like, "You uncultured swine, you don't understand anything." Like, please help me. I want to be cultured. I want to understand. I want to appreciate. But my brain was not ready to understand or appreciate this movie on any level. Okay? I will say this though, who's the MVP of the movie? Mace, who's your MVP in this one?
The wolf.
The wolf, yeah.
That
voice, the wolf, was pretty epic.
Yeah. When that wolf died and then its head still came back and bit someone, I mean...
Yeah, when the wolf head was just somehow moving around on the ground, still attacking people, that was
pretty tough.
May I say a duo?
Yeah.
Yakul and Ashitaka.
Yakul is my MVP.
Yakul.
I would watch a movie about only Yakul. And that is what kind of animal? It's like a yak?
Red elk.
A red elk? It kind of looks like an
antelope.
Yeah, kind of like a really big antelope.
Yeah, but I think might be a mystical creature. Yeah. I don't think that's a real animal.
Hey,
there's a lot of mystical creatures in this one.
Yakul was maybe cinema's greatest animal companion. Like, you've got all your like classic Old Yellers and
Not Old Yeller.
All these like classic dog companions and horses and stuff. Yakul's up there.
Even more
he belongs in the
than-
Hall of Fame.
Spirit?
And more than Maximus?
He's on the same level as Maximus, and what's the guy from Frozen?
Olaf?
Wait,
No,
no,
not-
he's not animal.
No,
Companion.
Oh,
Olaf.
Sven.
Sven. You know what? If I had a choice between Sven and Yakul, I'm taking Yakul.
He can't even.
Sven, Yakul, and Maximus. We need a movie about all
We
three.
need a
of
trio.
Someone needs to make. That's a movie I would watch. Where they like get together after hours and they talk about their owners. Like, yeah, you know, I've been.
What kind of voice do you think Yakul has, Dad? Give us your impression.
No, it'd be like it'd have to be a Japanese. He's Japanese for sure,
Yeah, he is.
right?
I think so.
Like, I mean, he's got to have a Japanese accent. I'm not gonna do a Japanese accent.
No.
I don't even know.
I'm not
That
even
that
gonna.
feels like a trap.
Also,
But
I'm not even
I think
gonna
Yakul
attempt.
should have. I think he's Japanese. His name's Yakul. He's from Japan.
Yeah.
He's an ancient mystical elk.
Yeah.
He's the best part of the movie, without a question,
What about the tree spirits?
dude. Well, oh, you mean the
Well,
little guys?
Little
Like
guys.
the ones that went like.
The
The little, like they like shook their heads and
They,
stuff.
like,
They have 3 circles on their head.
yeah, that looked like something designed by a 4-year-old.
Well, they kind of reminded me of. I don't know
Yeah,
if this
I'm sorry.
mythology. I don't know if this mythology has like maybe an origin that's similar. You know, in Brave, the little blue spirits
yeah.
that she follows around the forest, kind of similar. No,
But I think a lot of cultures can't.
Yeah,
have
I
kind
think
of
that's
a
what I think.
Forest spirit.
I think a lot of cultures have like a weird forest spirit creature that like leads you through the forest or can help you find your way, or you know.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty common.
Yeah, probably pixies and whatnot.
Yeah, fairies, leprechauns, like all these things, right? They've all, and then these, what are they called?
I
Or
can't
they
think of
just
the name.
tree spirit. Or...
No, they have a name.
They were like they were white and they had like crazy eyes.
I know what they look like.
Yeah. Oh, Macy's trying to Google it, but do you know what? Well, you know what? By the time we find it, it'll be like 5 minutes from now.
No, it won't.
So, yeah, I don't know. Does this movie, is this a classic? That's a question. I think I'm going to go against the grain here and say it is a classic because everyone says it is. And I think the only thing that causes a movie to be a classic is for enough people to say it's a classic.
Is it mayhaps?
They are called kodamas.
Thank you.
Kodamas, yeah.
Is it perhaps more leading into like cult classic territory where like if you know, you know, but the average person maybe isn't a
Is
fan?
this a movie that gets better with more viewings or
Perhaps.
something? Like,
Like I said, I had to watch it twice to like fully understand it. Because at first I was like the same as you guys. I was like, what the heck did I just watch? But then when I watched it the second time, my brain like put all the pieces together.
Well, I'm not.
It's really a multiple watch movie. To really know what you're watching, you have to watch it multiple
that's
times
possible.
to finalize things.
You know how I feel? I feel like whenever I tell people Napoleon Dynamite, another movie, by the way, which I've seen a dozen times.
I've seen that one quite a few times.
When I tell people that's one of the funniest movies ever made, there is a certain type of person who thinks I'm crazy. Who's like,
That's true.
Napoleon Dynamite is hot trash. It's a terrible movie. It's stupid. And if you like it, you're dumb. And now I kind of understand those people. Like, it's possible that Napoleon Dynamite hits me in a way that just like it just hits me in a way that I get. And maybe this just doesn't do it. But other people, this gets them in a way that like, I'm just left going, I don't get this. So, I don't know. Is that possible?
I think that's possible. This movie definitely has a lot of fans.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people really love this movie.
Dude, I know
So-
people who have like Princess Mononoke tattoos.
I have a Princess Mononoke shirt.
Yeah.
It was $30 at Hot Topic.
Wow.
They're robbing people.
Daylight robbery.
So I don't know. I am a little bit. I'm my first Studio Ghibli movie, and I'm a little like, oof. I don't know. I'll try another one. What's that other studio that you like, Macy, that does the animation?
What?
The other studio that you're super into, like the Coraline.
Oh,
Oh,
Leica?
Leica?
Leica.
Okay, that's stop motion.
Yeah, but it is animation studio.
Yeah.
Yes.
But are the Leica movies on the same? Do you think they're on the same kind of reverence as?
I
the,
think they're more
No.
mainstream.
They're definitely more popular, I think.
Well,
Like,
it depends on what movie.
actually, I don't know. They could be same level of like popularity, but they are definitely different things. Like, in no way could you compare Paranorman to Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, true. That's so true.
I would say it's similar in that they're both like artsy, kind of like have their weird crowd that follows them wherever they go. But of course, like Leica is definitely more, American style cinema, and obviously Ghibli is Japanese. So there's also, again, a bit of a cultural difference there with what you're expecting when you watch a movie, I think.
Yeah. I kind of almost feel guilty for not liking this movie, though.
Yeah, me too. I rated it a 3.5, and
I'm like, I love Japanese food. I love Japanese food, but this movie was terrible. I feel bad. I legitimately feel bad. And people are probably like, you should feel bad. But I do.
I wanted to like it.
Well, I wanted to like it because I wanted to join the cool club and be like, yeah, Studio Ghibli, so awesome. But I'm like, just scratching my head like, what was that? So here's the thing. We are going to try another one. But Macy, you need to select for us what you think is like the easiest entry point into this world. Because that, I feel like, was not it.
No.
I feel like maybe the next point that is like easy is Kiki's Delivery Service. It's a pretty straightforward movie.
We saw some clips.
Her name is Kiki, and she has a delivery service.
Yeah,
See, that's sounding better already.
Yeah, you got me. I'm on the hook. I saw we saw some clips, and I seemed to get it. She was a witch. She had a broom. She was delivering things around town. That made sense. I was like, yeah, okay. I could kind of see how this could be a movie.
I definitely think it's simpler, and if like you didn't like get this one, you'll definitely get that one.
I mean, I would like to at some point, just because, like I said before, these are the two that I feel like are really like the face of Ghibli, My Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to watch both of those at some
Spirited
point.
Away, I feel like, is a little also confusing, kind of like this.
But what about My Neighbor Totoro? Because I've heard people say, "Oh, my 4-year-old loves that movie," and I'm like,
It is a Studio Ghibli is a children's it's. Like,
There were some things that happened in Princess Mononoke that were a little
there
extreme.
was a lot of decapitations.
Right,
and
I'll
people
say
being
that Kiki's
limb
Delivery
severed.
Service, I think, is directed more at like children. The simpler ones, I think, like Ponyo and My Neighbor Totoro.
Princess Mononoke had some like animated gore, like seriously.
Yeah, the demon worms were
that was kind of gross.
Kind of gross, to be honest.
I don't find them like attractive. They are gross.
No, you know what it looked like? It looked like the time lapse, like when you see like a mouse get eaten by maggots and it just like,
no, do
that's
not.
that's how it seemed with those little.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like that. Also, like the boar, like when it was like dying and bleeding, it kept like coughing up blood and like.
It kept vomiting blood, and you're
That's
like,
pretty graphic.
Okoto,
yeah,
the old boar.
Yeah, it was pretty intense death for the old boar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but almost there were some parts where I laughed because like Akashi, is his name Akashi? Ashitaka.
Dad.
Sorry, guys. He shoots his arrow at some samurai, and he hits one in the head, and it like pops his head off like a dandelion.
And
it just boop.
There are multiple points when you see two groups of people having war, and they're like throwing grenades at each other. Their limbs are like these people are like losing their arms.
Yeah, this was getting up there with the.
Well, there's like three like main like groups that are like at war, which is like the samurai, Iron Town, and then the forest.
No, but I mean when he's passing through other places, like you even see people.
Yes, that's the samurai, Carmen. They were like raiding a town.
Yeah.
The samurai seemed insane. They seemed like they had no friends. Everyone hated the samurai.
But yeah, the samurai were like the super bad guys.
I guess they're just like almost like vigilante, like just going town to town, just pillaging.
Yeah, they are just
taking whatever they want.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were doing.
Like a gang.
Yes.
Well, I also didn't understand the dynamic of Irontown with the leader of Irontown and
Well, the weird dynamic between like the women and the men
yeah,
was weird.
it was
Not in like a women can't lead or whatever. No, I just thought it was really weird how they kept like pointing it out. And then all the ladies were like in a squad. They were like, "Come on, ladies!" And they were like shooting guns. I was like, "What is happening?"
Okay, also another thing. I feel bad to say this. I couldn't tell the difference between the ladies and the men sometimes. They looked the same.
What?
No, they did not.
Dude, they all had the same clothes. They all had this, like, I was like...
You mean like from afar? Like the women were drawn... Yeah, okay, sure. But the women are drawn very different. Here's something I want to point out. Why is Ashitaka
Yes.
drawn like the women and all the other men are drawn like...
Well...
I don't want to say... Like, kind of stereotypically, like, unattractive.
Yeah,
and then
true.
Ashitaka
all the
is
men were gross.
Ashitaka is supposed to be like really handsome, but what makes him handsome is the fact that he looks like a girl, or what?
I'm not gonna lie. Almost in every Studio Ghibli movie,
Or does that just mean that he's young?
that either means he's young or he's the protagonist. Because almost always, if in a Studio Ghibli movie, the protagonist is a man, he's gonna look like that, okay?
He did look pretty feminine. Like,
Yeah.
Have
like,
you seen Howl?
Ashitaka, very feminine. All the other men in this movie were, not drawn the same.
Carmen, Howl is out there wearing jewelry, okay? He's got earrings and, like, he looks very different from the other men in the movie.
Yeah.
That happens with every Studio Ghibli movie.
Okay, so it's just a
That's
choice.
Stylistic choice, yes.
You know it's the protagonist because they're not ugly. Duh.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I watched this movie. If for nothing else, at least I got to see and meet my boy Yakul.
Do you feel enriched
You
culturally?
Nah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I didn't even feel. I don't know. It didn't feel distinctly Japanese to me. This story felt like it could have taken place in any forest in any country, and maybe it was also because of the overdub was a little bit like janky. Like, honestly, Billy Bob Thornton really takes me out of it. I was immediately as soon as he started talking, I was like, "Wait, is that Billy Bob Thornton?" And I had to pull up my phone, look up the IMDb, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, yes, it is." That was not the guy for that role. Sorry.
Well, I didn't cast Chico.
No, I know. Maybe we needed to watch it with like the not the overdub, but just like the subtitles. Maybe that would have helped
This is
keep
the
it a
ultimate
more
battle
grounded.
in anime, sub or dub.
Well, I can see because I'm telling you, some of those voice actors kind of took me out of it.
I agree with that.
If I will say this, if you're getting a puppy, consider Yakul as for a puppy name. That's cool. You could have convinced me now to name a dog Yakul.
So,
And I'd be like, people who know, they'd be like, "Did you name it after the deer from Princess Mononoke? Are you cool?" And I'd be like, I am cool. I'm very cultured. I hate that movie, but
yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I hate that movie, but I do know about it.
Yeah.
No,
I don't like that movie, but I did really like that magical elk.
If we had watched this before we got Kipper, would you have considered Yakul for a name?
100%.
Well, here's the thing. I named Kipper.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
And Kipper was the chosen
Kipper's
one
one of our dogs, by the way.
Kipper was almost Rico, just so everyone knows.
That'd have been a terrible name.
I named my dog Rico in Stardew Valley.
Then be glad that I named him Kipper. And the origin, so we have two dogs. Rocket and Kipper.
Yeah.
So Kipper's origin, his name comes from kind of three things. Which is Kipper the dog, which is like the British children's show.
Yeah.
Kip
From
Napoleon Dynamite.
Dang.
And Kippersoft.
Yeah, Mika Kippersoft, the Calgary Flames legend goalie.
The goalie.
Mm-hmm.
But you could now have convinced me to name him Yakul, and I would have been like, you know what, that's a better name.
What?
Honestly,
No, he's Kipper.
I think if you say it in the right tone, he'll respond to anything.
Yeah,
as long
that's
as
true.
you shake a bag of treats.
If you had a piece of cheese, he'll respond to Yakul. So maybe I'll still start calling him that. See if it catches on. Mom won't like that.
Honestly, I call him Pib sometimes, and he responds.
You call him
I don't know.
Kib?
I like go from like Kibber to Kibby to Gib. And
I
then
mostly call him Kip.
eventually ends up as Pib.
Yeah, I call him Kip most of the time too.
Yeah.
Well, I call him Kip, and then it evolves into Gups.
Gipper, Gupper, Goopy, Gupper.
Everyone has.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. I call him Goopy sometimes.
Every dog has like a
Yeah.
devolved name.
Every dog has this thing because I call our
Well-
one dog is called Rocket.
Yeah, but
But
then
then
you
I
go
call
into
him-
Rock.
I call him Rocky.
and then you go.
And then I go.
Roggy.
And then I call him Rocket, or Rocky. Then Roggy. Then Roggy Doggy. Then Rog Dog. Then Frog.
Frog.
Then Froggy Doggy. And then pretty soon you're like, what is your dog's name? I actually don't know. I don't know. He just responds
No,
to
because
anything.
we call him Roggy. We call him Rog. Like,
Sometimes if he's been in the lake, I call him Soggy Roggy Doggy.
it's true.
Soggy Ruggy Doggy.
But then Kipper gets into like Kipper, Bibber, Gibber, Kibber.
I often call Kips Ahoy.
Yeah, that's true. That's a classic around here.
So, these names, anyone with a dog knows exactly what we're talking about right now. Or a cat, I'm assuming this happens. But,
Just the nicknames, endless nicknames.
yeah, your dog name devolves into basically anything at all.
Any sound.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty soon you're calling your dog Froggy, and you're like, what's your dog's name? Yeah, it's Rocket.
Well, if I need to call both of them, I say puppies.
That's true. Like, it's not even, they're not
They-
dogs anymore.
I
You
don't
know
know.
what? We're in this office podcasting, and they're in a room right now hearing all this, and they're like, why do they keep saying my names? Well, we should wrap this up, but here's the question. Are we done with Ghibli, or are we going to give this another shot?
I'll
Carmen?
give it another shot. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, I'm committed. I'm committed to making this happen.
Alright.
I want to be one of those film bros that's like, oh, Studio Ghibli's so good. But sorry, guys, I'm not there yet. I'm going to give it an honest effort.
I believe that next time when we watch Kiki's Delivery Service, you will like it. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Gigi is the best character, and it's the cat dad, and your
Yeah.
next two Ghibli character is gonna be a cat and then a deer. You're just gonna like all the animals.
I'm just collecting all the animals.
Yeah.
Well, that Ponyo looked pretty cool. That was a pretty cool little fish boy.
Ponyo is a fish girl.
Oh, girl. Sorry. Ponyo kind of looked like a Fraggle Rock character
That's,
Except-
yeah.
with fish parts. It was, kind of took me back. So. All right. Well, that's kind of our review on Princess Mononoke. Definitely a green, yellow, red light situation here.
Yes.
And I feel bad. But it was hot trash.
I feel
Sorry.
neutral. I feel
Sorry.
neutral.
Hot trash.
Well, it
I'm
wasn't good.
There were a lot of plot holes, but
I'm just not there yet. I'm gonna give it some more effort. I'm gonna put the time in. I'm ready to put in the work on becoming a fan.
put in the work, put in the hours.
Yes,
You
right.
take
What's
what's ours.
I'm definitely gonna be putting in some hours because each one of these Studio Ghibli movies is no joke.
They're so
like 2.5
long.
hours long.
They're so long.
These are not for the North American child with the 90-minute attention span. No, you got to be committed.
It's about an hour longer than that, so.
Yeah. So get ready.
I know, Mom was like, oh, is this done already? When we were watching it?
No.
And I was like,
we're half done.
no, we're actually only about an hour and 20 minutes in. There's still 1 hour left. And she was like, how?
I already forgot the kid's name.
Ashitaka?
Ashitaka. I feel bad that he didn't get to go back to his village.
Yeah.
Like, they were just
He
like,
had a little
"You're dead to
sister
us,
there and
beat it."
stuff.
Dude beat the curse, and then he's just like, well, I guess I'll go work at the Iron Town, and I know you're not my girlfriend now, but maybe I'll come visit you sometime in the forest. That's cool, even though your giant wolf mom is dead.
He pretty much just lets all conflict slide off of him, and it's kind of a really annoying character trait.
Yeah, that guy didn't really stand for anything. Like, he just kind of, meh, cool. I don't know. Sorry, guys.
All his only goal was to see the world through unhateful eyes.
Well, by
So
unhateful, if you mean
Right.
passive.
Yeah, passive is the thing.
Yeah, he didn't want to hate Irontown. He didn't want to hate.
But that's not how
floors.
you solve
He
problems.
didn't take a position though. He just kind of like was like so neutral. So in, like scene to scene, he was like helping Irontown. And at one point, I think one of the Irontown people was even like, "Yo, what side are you on?" And I was like, "Yes, this person gets it."
Yeah,
What?
but then he answers the question by deflecting. He's like, I just want you to live in peace. And then he, like, runs away. So...
That dude did a lot of running in that movie. He deserves arrest.
Oh, yeah, he ran.
He did nothing but run and fight.
And he, like, ran at the same speed of, like,
As the wolves.
400-pound wolves.
Yeah, like bear wolves. So I don't know. A lot of stuff happened in this movie. Definitely check it out. I think it's worth experiencing for yourself. So
Yeah, just so you can see, cool. Right,
yeah,
Dad?
well, yeah,
Just for
cool
your
is my
cool.
boy.
I think it's very unique. That's what I'm going to say about it. It was pretty mystical, magical.
Get out.
I'll at least say this. You know what? This is a movie I am still thinking about, even after I saw it, and I'll probably still be thinking about it later. If nothing else, at least when I need a smile, I'll think about that reveal of the Spirit Forest face. And I will be able to laugh every time.
It's like a hockey mask.
Yeah, it was not what I expected.
Hey, I didn't design it. Don't
I
blame me.
was expecting a majestic elk, and it was like a happy face. It was so crazy.
Hey, when I watched it the first time, I was also surprised. But, like, oh, he grows on you.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like we're just kind of going in circles now. We got to wrap this up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts, or have we said all we need to say about Princess Mononoke?
That's all I have to say.
I just want to say, I think you're going a little too tough on it, Dad.
Yeah. Well, I got to have an opinion, not like my boy Ashitaki.
Ashitaka.
Ashitaka.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to learn that guy's name one day. Ashitaka. Anyway, yeah. You got to have an opinion. And my opinion, I'm going to give Studio Ghibli some more shots, but this wasn't it for me.
No.
Okay, well,
Hang on.
yeah.
Give us your star rating.
1.5.
What?
Well, you wanted it.
I gave it a 3.5.
I gave it
That's
4.
very charitable for a yellow light.
Well,
4 stars.
it's a 3.5 of guilt.
Yeah, I think you were afraid to put it lower.
Yeah, because I don't want to get flamed on
Yeah.
my letterboxd by everyone that I
'Cause
know.
your letterbox was about to go to 0 followers.
Yeah.
You know it's
So
true.
I gave it a 3.5 of fear.
Alright, plug your letterbox, Carmen.
Yeah,
Oh
let's
yeah,
hear it.
you can follow me at Musty Floorboard on Letterboxd.
Okay, cool. And you can find out everything about our podcast at latenightcinemaclub.com. We have an email address there. You can click the link, send us an email. We are on Apple, Amazon Music, Spotify. We have our RSS feed there too. If there's some other way you listen to podcasts and this isn't, we're not meeting that need, just let us know what it is and we'll work on getting it over there. Otherwise, yeah, that's where we're at for this week. That was our kind of discussion on Princess Mononoke. Until next time, we're out.